Welcome to another video on my walking robot Mirft2 based on the fischertechnik TXT controller. I intended to use the community firmware once again, but as you can see it gives a blue grey screen again, so I am shutting it down. And by the way, it's a fully loaded battery, or should be anyway. And once again the button stays off, or stays on actually. So let me give it a better view. See whatever happens. And because of this, I want to change to the original firmware. Well, now it's booted. I'm shutting it down. See if it indeed does shut down properly. And yes, this takes time. Alright, now it's gone. Then from here I eject the SD card. And let's find out if the RoboPro firmware starts. And you may notice, oops, that is not good. This is not what I like. Trying again. What is happening here? I know that this controller still is on version 4.2.3, and the other one, right, yeah, 4.2.3, and my other controller has been upgraded to 4.2.4. And that one in the latest test did not shut off. Would that be an idea to do the same? Upgrade this one as well. However, in the meantime I need to access it, and that means that I will use a tablet again. Oops, let me log in first. And for that I will first need to select the proper controller. If you have watched my previous videos, you already know how that works. Alright, I'm connected. Now for connect. Yes, see. So now I need to use this one, RoboPro, and yes, it immediately goes. I still don't get this. Why doesn't it just take the stand of the tablet as it is? But no. And this is the standard firmware. Well, Alright, one failure. Now I'm here. Alright. Let's do something. Let's run it. Another thing is, of course, that with the feet you can see that even though I tried to get the feet under it, this one is the only one still under, and here they're not, and here they weren't. So yeah, I need another way to have them stay where they are, and this obviously is not the way. Alright, a test. So, will I lift it with my hands? Well, one of the things that was clear from last time is that I actually have to reconstruct the frame, because it gets pushed up from these gears, and this part of the frame, the upper part of the frame, easily shifts up on both sides, and it is remarkable that that shifting up mostly happens on the other side. Anyway, let's do something here first. Prepare for some rattling noise of gears not exactly being at... Ah, right. And now what happens here? Oh dear. Now you can see there is a wire loose. What is happening? Alright. Alright. This is not good. Here, this connector is not good and this connector is not good. But then again, if I look at it, why is the rattling? They can't go anywhere. Oh heavens, look at this wire. This is no good. No good at all. I need to disassemble the whole wire. It's more or less stripped. This is a very big ouch. Yeah, I need to take it apart. I didn't expect that to happen. So, to make sure what I'm talking about, this is the downside of the robot. I hope I can keep things in working order. Anyway, this wire gets out all the time, but now if you take a look at it, it is way too flexible. That's one thing. I don't like that. On the other hand, I don't know if I can show you, but the copper wire, oh look, I just pulled it off. Very bad sign indeed. And right here the copper wire is visible. This should be, but not further down, and that's a bad sign. And this I will have to check as well. Do I have to fix the wires? Well, this one anyway. So with that, testing is out out of the question right now. So what do? I say exit on the tablet. Yes. And I say go down now. Alright. Take it all off. Well, this anyway. So much for power for now. And how to proceed? That's a good question. Because I need to check this wire, and that probably means that I have to take off the controller and everything with it. And that's a big ouch. Anyway, how to disassemble a robot. Let's see. And when disassembling the robot, you take off the controller, and then it turns out that wires aren't as secure as you hope. So this one from the digital switch has to be fixed, and this one, where does it come from anyway? That is a very good question. And this one, wiring mess, but where does it come from? Alright, from the front sensor is out as well, and that is harder to fix. Well, not harder, actually easier. I take this one out. Trying to stick the wire in again. Alright. Plugging in, and that's fixed, but this one needs to be stripped. So I'm taking this one away for now. Then focusing on some more wiring from the motors, and that will be a different story because everything has to get checked. So how am I going to do that? Is a very good question. Well, I think the best thing is taking off the wiring from the motors. That's a good start. So, controller is gone, and all that is left are the motor wires. So, time to check on those. And these seem reasonably well, leaving me with these wires from the other motor. This seems well, this one seems well, and by the way, this is the controller end. So now I find here one without connector, but this is just a connector that just popped off and not the other one that already did pop off. So let me first check this one, or fix it anyway. If it lets me. That's a very good question. Does it let me? Alright, that's one. Controller side wise. So Now for the other one, and how to check this one, right, and for the other motor on the motor side, there is where this comes from, right there. Anyway, how to get it off again, that's a good one. I need to reconstruct this anyway. So maybe just a good time to think about that one. And they are all connected by now. So let's try to take this off. Alright, how to proceed from here. Okay. Take the legs off. And that's one part of the frame. That needs some kind of reconstruction. And then once again how to proceed from here, which is, yeah, see, and look how to proceed. And now I can get this connector back on here. But then again, look at this wire, that is a shiny copper, and I don't like that. It needs a fix badly. Let me first put this connector back on and then see if I can put some tape around it. Alright, I have taken care of the wiring now. It's all back in place as far as the motors are concerned, without the controller. The big question now is how to go on from here. This is the way it was so far, and this is not very good because it can easily shift and be pushed up. The question is, can it be different? And that's a very good question. The point is, with these legs, this construction has to be the way it is now. Can it be prevented from sliding up? And what I'm thinking of now, and let me push it back to where it was so far, and that is in this position. Now this is obviously not good. Oh, and that is why. So let me do another try. Pushing it up again. Minding the wire, not into the gear. That one wet is still. Gently pressing. That is better. But also this doesn't look like being robust. The other one won't be any better, I'm afraid. But can there be a solution that prevents it from sliding up on both sides? It's a very good question, but what's the answer? It is exactly here at the going over between the red one and the black one. And that is preventing from a nice solution. Now, for the controller, this can be here as well. This can be here. Let me take it. It can be here, it can be here maximum. Well, depending on where you put everything, of course. But ultimately, would it matter if I take this right there? It would still be in the middle, right in the middle of here. So I don't think there's an easy answer to this, unfortunately. Or I have to make here exactly the same construction. The exact same construction, but then again, yeah, that would prevent the whole thing from being pushed up. I think that is the only solution I can find right now. So, reconstructing this part. No, there's a problem with it. There is a problem with it because it has to reach this gear, and this gear is a lot smaller than this one. So my brilliant idea was brilliant, but not applicable, not suitable, and that's still a problem. Oops. Next idea. And then an idea pops up that could mean the solution. These parts you have seen before, and if I put 4 of them in a stack and put them right under this, between the underside of the frame and this part, then that would be the solution to prevent it from lifting up. The only thing that would make it complicated is the way this is constructed, but it could be the solution anyway. So let's see how this can be dealt with. First of all, of course, lifting the whole thing again. Then making sure somehow that this will be here. Oops, let me put it in camera. This one should be going somewhere here, or better here, like this. And then how to proceed? Here the same thing. And then how to go here? Well, that can be dealt with in another way. with something like this. But how to do that is a good question. Take this one out, put it in, and shift one of those things in. I think that would be a nice idea. And that on both sides, of course. So let's see how that will work out. I have put here now 5, not 4 blocks in between the upper part of the frame and the lower part. And now the question is, does this fit? And if so, how will it fit? So this is the way it should be, and here's a big surprise. This does not fit. So I have to take one part out of the equation, which is going to be hard enough. This one should stay, only this one should go. Alright, and pressing it down, what will it bring? Alright, let's push it. So now one element less. Still the question, will it fit? Yeah, it should be right. Oops. And it looks like it won't fit. Here's the axis, but now it's on the axis, but it misses completely the connection to the black gear. So unfortunately, even this solution does not work. So, nice ideas, but I'm afraid even this is not the way to go. So, with this controller still in the old firmware, wires intact, but well, this is obviously not the way to go. How to go, I don't know, have to think about it. On the other hand, it was very good to take it apart again, to fix wires, so that I remember how it all fits together. But the rattling problem won't be over for a while, I think. So that's it for this episode, I guess. Thank you for watching. Deconstruction, disassemblation of the robot, fixing a wire, trying to solve the shifting of the frame, trying to reconstruct, which won't work, proving as this proves. And well, next time hopefully better. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And please donate so my blog and website and videos can go on. Very much appreciated. And this will of course be continued, however it will be. Bye bye.